Whovians, hop in your TARDISes. You're listening to another episode of Doctor, huh?
Huh? Why
What?
does Bill keep saying the monks just got here?
I'm your host, Jordan.
Is that it?
Yeah. And you are?
I'm Sam, the Scaroth truther.
And with us, as always, is our friend, the history monk, who doesn't say anything on this episode, but has always been here.
I get it.
It's a little joke about the plot of the episode.
Nice.
This week we're talking about Series 10, Episode 8, The Lie of the Land. Do you get it?
Oh!
It's like lie. Like a lie of the... like it's a lie.
It's like the hit post-rock album, The Lie Lay Land, by World's End Girlfriend. Check it out.
Lily Lou Leyland. This episode was written by Toby Whithouse. He's seeking a bid for the 2024 nomination.
Nice.
He's trying to get into the White House. And directed by Wayne, I see Yip. Wayne Yip.
Yes, that is correct.
That is his name.
Yes, Toby is running for president. His campaign slogan is an E for Toby.
This is apparently the third episode of a 3-episode arc about the history monks. It was very weird.
I think Chai said it was the middle episode of a 3-part story.
Does this not resolve the story?
I don't know.
Does it not... Well,
the next time on didn't seem to have anything to do with this, but that might just mean that there's going to be more later, so who knows.
Does it... Well... Let's think about it. How many episodes after Oxygen was this? Because we found out that Bill...
I think.
Okay, so this is the third episode. Because Bill wished for the history... She said, I wish someone would take over the whole world so the Doctor could get his eyeballs back to work.
So you're accusing Chai of lying to us.
I think... Did Chai not say it was the 33-episode arc?
Oh, boy.
And is this not 3 episodes after the Doctor went blind? And is this not 3? Did we not learn in the episode that the reason this happened is because Bill wished?
Oh no, I do see that Chai edited the message after the fact.
What did Chai say?
It originally said the middle one, but now it says the last one. Whoops.
I know how to count to 3, and I trust myself in the ability to do so. So the premise of this arc, apparently, so it seems, though who knows what happens in episodes 1 and 2, is that the world has been taken over. No, the world was always... There's always been... I was so confused watching this at the start, when we see,
because it was erasure of Scaroth the Jaggeroth from City of Death.
Yeah... I don't know how fulfilling it is for people who don't subscribe to our Patreon to keep.
Well, I'll explain it right now. There's a serial called City of Death, which purports that all of human development was guided by a weird one-eyed green guy named Scaroth of the Jaggeroths.
And why was he doing that, Sam?
Get humans to invent a battery.
No,
for his ship.
No, it was because he needed money to invent a battery, and he needed people to sell the Mona Lisa to 4 times.
That's right. He needed someone to invent the Mona Lisa so that he could have someone to sell it to, so that he could buy a big battery for his ship. But this episode says, what if Scaroth didn't exist? Of course, thank God we know that that's still canon. It was actually propaganda, because this episode begins with the Doctor narrating on TV, if you've ever heard of that. He says... The monks have always been with us. There's these guys. They look like unbandaged mummies in red robes.
You ever? Sometimes with these Doctor Who aliens, like, you know, some of them it's whatever, but sometimes these aliens just look evil, and I have to wonder how they feel when they like wake up in the morning and they look in the mirror and they go, "Oh,
well, they wake up in the morning and they look in the mirror and they say nice, and then they look at us and they go, "Oh,
ugh. God, I'm so hot. Look at
these. God, why is their skin so smooth?"
We see them inventing like cup stacking, Rubik's Cube, all of the greatest inventions of all.
Yes,
human
I have
history.
to say, because yeah, the idea is that these monks, they're mummy aliens. I keep saying mummy. They look more like zombies.
No, they don't wear a gas mask. I don't know what you're talking about.
But they have basically invaded Earth 6 months ago, and they are brainwashing people and rewriting history to say that they've always been here, watching over us, our benevolent whatevers. And we get a series of very bad photoshops of these weird, nasty aliens, like, watching over Thomas Edison, Albert Einstein, and Neil Armstrong like proud parents.
We see Forrest Gump in the White House.
Yeah, I gotta say, if this was the propaganda that was trying to rewrite history, I don't know if a lot of people would be falling for it.
I don't know about this one.
Well, never mind.
I don't know. I also reject the premise of this episode outright because there are people who, are alive today who think all kinds of crazy stuff. Regardless, I just think that there would be like these... The savior of this episode should be some like 45-year-old QAnon dad who's just like, there ain't no monks.
The monks can't exist. That totally conflicts with the mole people theory.
The monks have all of these children hidden in underground military bases. Anyway,
hidden in underground wardrobes and are being sold on Wayfair. Yeah, he also says that the monks were the people who defeated the Daleks, the Cybermen, and the Weeping Angel. So I'm looking forward to watching Blink now.
Yeah, I do remember them. I didn't want to say it, but they were in those episodes.
And yeah, the Doctor is making these statements on a TV broadcast. He says the monks, all they ask for is our obedience, and they're our loving guys. And we then watch this family who are watching.
I like to imagine this is the same family from the Idiot's Lantern. They've all like.
There's only one family. Hey, did you catch?
Yes, I did see Magpie
callback. So stupid, but we'll get there in a moment.
So we see the family from Idiot's Lantern, and they're all grown up now. And the like police bust through the door, and the mom is like arrested for having memory crimes. Everyone's wearing.
I love this family. I love the family that all Doctor Who events focus on. The Cybermen were in here.
Right, they were in here. They this immortal family who just
the Nielsen
exists.
Family.
The Nielsens.
The family that all the TV murders happen to.
They take the mom away for committing memory crime.
Yeah, the Memory Crimes Act of 1975. But the mom is like, 1975, don't be ridiculous. They only got here a few months ago. And they like drag her out the door to take her to a labor camp for reprogramming.
And then we see Bill is there, and she sees it, and she's frowning.
Yeah, she's like screaming. The woman is like screaming at everyone on the street. It's all lies. Don't believe them. And Bill watches and says, "Wow." Bill actually says nothing.
It's all very 1984. If you've ever read, I've always said before that these fucking kids these days, all they care about is standing Jungkook when they could be reading Orwell's book. And so if you've ever read the very good and important book of 1984, you know that in the future it's all jumpsuits and
wow,
gray.
You're telling me how important it is that I read a specific book? What is this, fucking 1984?
Oh my god,
I'll read whatever I want, thank you very much.
My mom checks my internet history. What is this, 1984? I'm 50 years old and I live with my mother.
And you're the guy from the pilot episode of Doctor Who?
Oh, yeah. Hey, stop making speculations about my life. What is this, 1984?
Anyway, so we get a little
there's also
montage.
Statues, yeah. I think this episode missed a gigantic opportunity to make the Statue of Liberty a big monk and then make the Jesus Christ in Rio a big monk. Doing like a thumbs up and
Christ the Redeemer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just a weird robed mummy standing with his arms outstretched, saying,
"This is how much I love humanity." But
alas, instead of that, there's just monk statues next to all the famous landmarks.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doctor ends the broadcast by telling everyone, "Relax, your future is taken care of." Bill goes back home and sits down for 2 cups of coffee, which is what I do when I'm really shaken up.
We've seen Bill's mom before. She was in a picture on Oxygen.
Yes.
In Oxygen, she was thinking about a picture with her mom. And she's here with us tonight. She's here tonight because Bill is talking to Bill's mom about how, about the state of things, which is that the alien showed up 6 months. Everybody got brainwashed. But that's not true. They've not always been here. Oh, and also throughout this whole episode, we see, like, the word truth and, like, the logo of the monks.
It feels like it's like the Ministry of Truth or something is the monks.
I wonder if this is a reference to any particular unimportant book that no one should read.
It's a reference to the beginning of XCOM 2, or the entire game of XCOM 2.
Okay.
This is the part where we see a shot of a crowd watching a news broadcast in the window of Magpie Electrical.
I'm glad that
Idiot's Lantern.
I'm glad that Magpie's business bounced back after he fell in love with that.
They really
alien
landed on their feet after the
owner died.
Owner and sole employee was, like, electrocuted to death on top of a radio tower.
Do you think that maybe, like, someone just kind of set up shop inside of his
Tommy Tallarico bought the rights to Magpie Electrical.
He's working with the monks to put an Amico in everybody's house. And
did you? Okay, there's no way we would have caught this, but I was looking this up because I saw the name and I was like, isn't that from? There is a Magpie Electrical on the Starship UK in the Beast.
Get out of here. Magpie Electrical is an eternal, enduring business.
What a thing to pick to be like, this'll be the running business that we see in the background of a lot of episodes.
Dude,
why this one? It doesn't make any sense.
Because Mark came up with it. Mark Gatiss came up with it. And you know how Stephen Moffat, that's his buddy. He's got to put his thing in. His precious boy Magpie, who... He fell in love with his alien TV wife, and then he died, and that's cool.
And that's important.
Bill remembers the Doctor and Nardole, and is telling her mom about
I'm sorry. We can't move on from the Magpie Electrical scene before we establish that the monks have force lightning.
They sure
This
do.
is when it becomes clear that the monks are actually just Palpatine. They look exactly like Palpatine.
Yeah, no original ideas allowed here on Doctor Who. Bill, so she remembers the Doctor, and the Doctor is once again on TV spreading propaganda for the monks. What's up with that? That's pretty weird.
Wow.
And then
did we make it clear yet that Bill's mom is dead and that she's just imagining this conversation?
This is a tulpa, and I hate to say it. This is a tulpa. Oh, by the way. I have a problem, and maybe you have this problem too. I don't know when you watched this episode, but for some reason our Discord has been abuzz, with people talking about the really good show Secret Life of the American Teenager, which we did a podcast about, many years ago. And unfortunately, to me, the history of monks, who have always been here are now the Camille's.
Oh yeah, I know. They're absolutely the Camille's of Earth.
Yeah, they've always been here. Trust me. They've been here for all 5 seasons.
Yeah, in season 4 of The Secret Life of the American Teenager, when we were taken away kicking and screaming to a labor camp and reprogrammed into believing that Leo's secretary was a character from the beginning.
Camille was definitely in season 1. Look at her statues. She was in season 1. Nardole is here, by the way.
At Camille Boykovich High School.
Oh, Bill says the Doctor's got a plan to save everyone, and then Nardole shows up, and I believe he reveals to Bill that he is Nardole by taking off his hat and showing his bald head. That's very funny.
He does. I forgot about that.
Slaps Nardole's bald head.
Well, I didn't recognize him until he took his hat off.
Yeah, I know you have hat blindness. You have You are the Psychonauts guys in real life, where if you hold a stop sign or put a hat on, you just become a completely different guy.
So Bill tests him to see if he's the real Nardole. Where did we escape? I think she says, "Where did we escape from the Heathers?" Is that what she said?
Yeah, she did say that, and then she asked, "What noise do spaceship doors make?" And he referenced our favorite joke from Oxygen.
Yeah, that the spaceship doors go. I remember that. That was an Oxygen. We know that reference.
It doesn't even make any sense, because shouldn't I know this is from I just keep thinking about this. It's like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously spaceship door goes like, What are you talking about, Nardole?
No, it's the opening and closing.
Yeah, it should go or like, you know, like, or like, it shouldn't go.
What are we doing here?
We're doing a podcast.
You're just trying to do the same joke that they did on the show.
Yeah, I'm telling you that Nardole's fucking crazy for this one. And Bill thinks so too, because she does punch him after he says shook shook.
Yeah, she's gonna be punching him throughout the episode, but she hugs him first. That's like a running joke of the episode. He mentions that I think I wrote 6 weeks ago. I think this was supposed to be 6 months ago. He mentions that 6 months ago there was some issue with bacteria in a lab, and he's like, I would have died if I was human. Yeah. Another point in the he's actually Matt Lucas bucket. But so he's
like, who are you talking to? And she's like, oh, it was my mom.
My dead mom.
She's not here, but she helps me resist she's a tulpa, and she helps me resist the history monk's brain power.
And Nardole says, okay, that's fine. And Bill says that this weird brainwashing effect, she doesn't understand exactly how it works, but there's a part of her that is like starting to believe that the monks really have always been here. We actually saw, we didn't mention it, but when she was having her conversation with her mom, there's a little flicker where the like truth logo and a monk like flickers on screen, and she like smiles for a second, and then it goes away, and she goes back to being
Did describe that on the podcast. Yes, I did do that. But
oh, you did?
Yes. No. But she's been kind of just waiting for the doctor to show up. Also, I want to say the reason we talked about this in the episode of like Bill's mom looks really young. Mm-hmm. And now we know it's because she's been dead forever, like for a long ass time.
Yeah, she's been dead for as long as the monks have been here.
Or episode 1 of episode 1 of season 10 is going to be like the doctor walking in and Bill's mom just gets absolutely blasted by a
the doctor crashes a cruise liner into Bill's mom.
He's just got off of taking Clara to her final destination, wherever that may be.
There is a scene in this episode where the doctor joyously murders 2 people with a boat.
Which one is that?
It's when he crashes the ship into the dock.
Which episode is that?
This episode!
Oh, this episode he kills 2 people with a boat.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. So Nardole says, because they're like wondering why do they bother changing the past when they have such control over us anyway? Why can't they just have gotten here 6 months ago? And Nardole says, well, people will put up with anything if they think that it's how things have always been, which is pretty true.
Damn.
Gotta hand it to him on that one.
Really makes you think.
Really makes you think. But Bill starts to get suspicious of him, and she says, what have you been doing since the first 6 weeks of this whole situation? And he says, I've been looking for the doctor, and I found him. And they agree that he's probably not actually brainwashed. He's got to be faking it. He's got to have a plan.
He says this line that made me fucking yell at work, where he says, the TV signal is scrambled, so you can't pinpoint its location. So I got a device that lets you pinpoint its location.
Yeah, that one kind of just washed over me. I was just that sounds stupid, okay. Whatever.
And then this is like classic random, like annoying era, where he's like, I found this device, this doodad in the TARDIS. It was in a drawer next to 40 Danish kroner and something else that was very zany, probably like a monkey or something.
I was kind of surprised that the line wasn't, I found it in a drawer next to an old dusty fez.
And then it plays the 11th Doctor leitmotif. The one that sounds like Sonic 06 music.
We've talked the one where it goes, going like the fuse, he's a rocket and he's ready to blow.
It's the one that's like dun 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 dun.
Oh.
Remember when
this world?
Remember when Matt Smith had his bow tie in a special bow tie box? With a golden glow when he opens it up.
I found this doohickey behind 20 bow ties in boxes.
I found this doohickey behind Donna's skeleton.
Oh no. That's nice that he got to keep it at least.
He keeps it in a drawer.
That's nice.
He's on a prison boat outside of Scotland, so he's not far. And they're just gonna go deliver. They deliver food.
Yeah, he's found like the schedule that they use to deliver the food onto the ship, so they're gonna sneak in with the delivery. Not as the food, as the delivery staff. Yeah. But anyway, it would be pretty funny though if they they went as the food.
They met Matt Lucas as like a big roast turkey.
Yeah, they both they each put an apple in their mouths and just lie down on a big platter.
So this whole episode is Bill narrating to her dead mom.
Yeah, and I didn't like that. There was too much of it, and also it sounded like I don't know if the Bill narration was like a last minute. We need to make this all like kind of tie together because it's not clear what's going on. But it sounded like she was using like a bad microphone. It was like weirdly tinny. She was on
her phone. So they're on the boat. They're wearing.
Bill did all of her narration on speakerphone while driving.
They called her in. They're all they're in like black outfits. You know, like what you wear when you make a delivery. You dress up like a burglar before you make your delivery. And then there's a part
dressed like burglars.
There's a part that melts my brain a little bit coming up where she's like, "Okay, now we didn't factor in. You know, we don't have our security ID. My security ID."
Yeah, she says like the one thing we're worried about. It'll all be fine as long as they don't do a random check for our papers. And then the guard goes, "Random check for your papers."
And then they're like, "Oh God, how are we going to get out of this one, Scoob?" And then they get out of this one because the monks walk in. And then the guy just kind of forgets, and then.
Well, I think it did kind of make sense because the guard is distracted as one of the monks walks in, and it just like kind of gets up in their faces, then leaves, and then it's like, and he's like, all right, back to work. We gotta get this moving.
The monk is like,
he forgets about the spot check.
Can't wait to eat all that delicious food you're bringing.
I don't think it's for the monk.
It's for the monk. What do you think they don't eat?
They gotta eat.
What is their motivation?
They gotta eat.
What is their monk's motivations besides searching the galaxy for planets to get unforgettable meals?
That's a great question. I think they just want to be loved.
I think they just want to be evil.
And it's sad because apparently we'll get more into why they do this, but it seems like the way that they like conquer planets is by helping people as like a foot in the door. I feel like they could just go help people. Just go help people. Just go be nice, and maybe you don't need to take over the planet. Maybe people will just welcome you in because you're helpful.
But people see our faces and they get all freaked out.
Oh, man.
It's not my fault God made me look like this.
So Bill and Nardole, they slip away and they start sneaking around the hallways. They hear the doctor's voice kind of muffled from a ways away, and they follow it, and they find his room, which is unlocked. They did kind of hand wave away the question of security earlier, which was like, the ship is full of armed guards to keep the doctor in, but the monks are so confident that they don't need to worry about people resisting them, that they don't have security on the outside, which is why they're able to just sneak right in. So they go into the doctor's room, which is unlocked.
Yeah, they just walk in. He's doing one of his messages.
I don't think he was. I think he was just sitting there.
He was T-posing, waiting for Bill to show up.
Yeah. So Bill says, "Doctor, it's me," and he stares at her for a second and then says, "Guards, guards, get her, get her!" And Bill goes, "What?
Oh, he calls the monks and he gives like a forward code sign of like Epsilon, Tau, Delta, Sigma.
Yeah, he does have a little like red hotline phone for the monks, which I do want to come back to that phone in a little bit.
His funny phone.
I didn't want to call it the funny phone as a 0-0 reference, but it is sort of a funny phone.
Bill is like, what the fuck? I've been looking for you, and I find out you're like working with the monks, and then the doctor goes like fashy mode. And
we should mention that there are like 10 guys with guns pointed at them.
Oh yeah, there's so many dudes with cool guns. He says that like Rome was super cool because they conquered people and then they got rid of war.
He turns into a statue right before her eyes. He's like, humanity is regressing. The monks will move people forward. And Bill is like, what the heck? You made me write a 3,000-word essay on free will. And he says, humanity lost the right to free will.
Also, you didn't turn it in. If you had...
Yeah, which she does say, yeah, but the world was being invaded by monks. He says, and whose fault was that? And we will get more into this later, Bill seems to have been the one who invited them here.
He's like, I never asked for my sight back.
Yeah, so I guess Bill got the monks to fix his eyes, and then the monks were like, cool, this will be our planet now.
And then he's like, you're lucky that these guys are actually nice, unlike the Daleks. I wish that Bill had gone to the Daleks for help.
I wish that we had gotten a scene of the monks dancing in a little colorful room, like in Remembrance of the Daleks.
This episode exactly the same, but it's a Daleks episode, and this is their new strategy: is that they insert the "We have always been here." Helping.
Appreciate.
Welcome to the moon, Mr. Armstrong. It is an honor.
So, yeah, he's, the Doctor is like, yeah, they're messing with history, which I don't like, but they're bringing peace and order, which is more important. And Bill says, Doctor, this reminds me of when we found that big fish in Paris under the Seine.
And I was like, I see that one. That's wrong. I've seen that one.
The Doctor glares at her for a second and then turns to the guards and says, she's trying to signal to me. She's giving me an opportunity to betray all of you because she knows that I know that that's not the real thing. But no, Bill, this is for real. He says, I need you to understand that this is real. And Bill is horrified.
She doesn't like it. And then she's like, I've been resisting their lies for 6 months. I've been doing it for you in hopes that I could find you and that we could fix this together. But I can see now how things really are. So she grabs a gun from one of the dudes, which you can do. You can just do that. And then she's like...
The doctor has told them all not to shoot. He has told them all to lower their guns at this point.
She grabs a gun, she points it at him, and she's like, with you helping,
she says,
the
like,
monks,
this is your last opportunity to reveal that you're still good. Like, if this is all part of your plan and I'm ruining your plan, that's fine. We'll just come up with a new one. But you need to tell me that you are not actually working with them.
And he's like, oh, I'm totally working with them. And then she shoots him several times.
This is not a trick. This is not a plan. I have joined the monks. And Bill fucking quadruple taps him.
You see the Call of Duty kill symbol.
She double taps each of his hearts.
You get to see the kill cam where you see it from his perspective. And then he regenerates. The regeneration glow starts blasting out of him. And then,
now he's T-posing.
Now he's T-posing as the regeneration gold glow from the Thomas the Tank Engine, Thomas and the Magic Railroad or whatever.
I would love to know because we have not seen many regenerations yet. The only time I think that I've actually seen a Doctor regenerate, because we saw River Song regenerate, lest we forget.
She liked it. It was great.
But the only time I've actually seen the Doctor regenerate, I'm pretty sure, was the super old, archived clip from the Lost serial where the first Doctor regenerates. And that one, they just, crossfade him into Patrick Troughton.
Patrick Troughton
got fascinated to know.
Patrick Troughton got incredibly crossfaded that day, yes.
At what point did the regeneration become a giant, arms outstretched like Jesus on the cross, gold glittery explosion?
I have to guess it was probably in New Who. Anyway,
so Jodie's here.
I didn't think that they would do it
2/3 of the way through the season.
No, what actually happens is the Doctor stops doing that, and then everybody starts applauding.
Everyone starts clapping and laughing.
So I have two things to say. Number one, what the fuck? If it was a test all along. Did it really need to go that far? Do you think this might be traumatizing?
What I'm really curious about is how did he make it look like he was regenerating?
And now I have to come to my unfortunate new piece of Doctor Who lore, which is that this is how Time Lords come. and they can do it on
by
command.
getting shot 4 times.
No, they can just release that glow whenever they want, and it feels.
Oh yeah. Also, he didn't get shot. That's right. They were blanks.
They were blanks.
Speaking of them being blanks,
no, we need to talk about this. The Doctor can just blast golden light out of his hands and legs and arms and face whenever he wants.
Yeah, he can just do it.
He's
been holding on to that since he became Capaldi.
Do you think it feels good when you... Do you think that's like a Time Lord sneeze?
I mean, they scream in agony, so
Is it not screaming in ecstasy?
I don't
Do you think it...
so.
I bet it feels so good to just let that stuff out.
I mean, in the 10th Doctor, when he was being
he
was
being killed. It was like dead. This is not dead. He was just doing it for fun. He could just do it whenever he wants.
So this is like if I, without being shot or murdered, if I just started exploding blood out of my body.
That's not blood. That's regeneration energy. It's like radiation. I bet it feels fucking great. I bet it feels like 10 times better than a sneeze.
Kyle XY reference. I began to feel wonderful.
I bet it feels so good. I mean, yes, sometimes...
It feels as good as Kyle XY pissing his pants in the pilot.
The experience of being killed is not fun, but letting off all of that golden energy...
Oh man, it sucks that I'm being killed, but at least I finally get to release my golden glow.
Which I could do whenever I want, by the way. I just, if you do it too much... it becomes a little...
That sucks, though. I feel like that would just create sort of a psychological, physiological association with the feeling of being shot 4 times with a gun.
There are Time Lords who die early deaths because they just can't stop forcing regeneration so they can feel the glow again, and then they only get 13 tries, and Stephen Moffat is there.
You think that on Gallifrey, this is like sort of conservative movement of like, do not regenerate until after marriage.
It's called r/no glow. And they go on there.
Shut up. Anyway, so the Doctor says, oh yeah, Nardole is like, oh, the regeneration was a nice touch, sir. And he like grumbles jokingly at Richard the guard. He's like, what was that? Asking for our papers. And Richard was like, sorry, man. Oh, I couldn't resist. Your face was so funny. And the Doctor explains to Bill why he's done this. He says, I knew that the monks had to be doing something to sort of psychically control the population for all this time, and I needed to be absolutely sure that they didn't send you here to test my loyalty. Which doesn't make any sense, because Nardole was the one who found her.
I don't understand why it needed to go this far.
It went too far. It went too far.
I put in the Discord, I think this is one of the worst things we've seen the Doctor do to a companion.
I think this is worse than how he almost killed her in Oxygen. I do.
Why does he keep doing this to Bill?
I don't know.
Why is he so horrible to her? And then at the end he has the nerve to be like, oh, Bill, don't die.
This is the thing, is in Oxygen, I thought it was fun because it was like, that's not cool, man. Don't bring your student here and put her in danger like this. This is like emotional manipulation. Right. I know that they like justify it by saying like I had to. I really had to. But it felt bad.
It was unpleasant to watch, and it made me dislike the
And you
Doctor.
know what it was? It's the difference between, Bill, I'm so sorry, you're going to have to suffer in the vacuum of space for a bit, but I will put my helmet on you to save you because I feel terrible that I put you in this situation. Versus, Bill, I'm going to force you to, like, while crying, shoot me 4 times to kill me because you think I've turned evil. And then when I reveal the ruse, we're all going to laugh.
Fuck you. What do you...
Yeah, it's idiot. The fact that he doesn't seem to feel at all bad about it. That, yeah, I did not like this scene.
I don't like that he's been doing this to her.
I would have liked it a lot more if he had actually been brainwashed.
I think the coolest thing this episode could have done is had the Doctor be brainwashed and Bill has to save the day. And also,
if Bill had saved him and had to like reprogram him somehow,
or if
that
Bill
would have been way more satisfying than the Doctor clapping and laughing as he reveals that he tricked and trolled her.
Or if Early Whittaker Strat's real, this is just the episode where Jodie appears and Bill the reason she regenerates is that Bill killed the Doctor.
He's also not really apologetic at all.
No,
they don't talk about it again for the rest of the episode.
No,
he's just like, yeah, it was anyway,
it was a
test.
You have to trust him. And also when he called the monks, he was actually calling the kitchen. So he's like, I should go explain that to them.
That's kind of funny. And he tells one of the guards, like, could you run down and explain it to them? Because they're probably really confused.
They're busy making a
epsilon, theta, 5, whatever.
They're making
but that does mean that he has a red hotline phone that calls the kitchen.
He wants them to bring him his favorite dish, which is
epsilon theta.
Fish fingers and custard.
I still don't know that reference. I heard him say it one time.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, there's also a little joke in here. Well, first he says that what he hasn't just been like sitting here for 6 months doing nothing. He's been recruiting the guards on the prison ship and deprogramming each of them one by one. So these guys are all on his side now. And he says, also, those bullets were blanks. And then one of the guards says, oh, yeah.
Hey, Sam.
Oops.
Hey, Sam.
Uh-huh.
If the doctor's been recruiting and deprogramming people over these past 6 months, why didn't he just grab Bill? And then if she was brainwashed, he could have deprogrammed her, too.
Because, I mean, I hate to side with the doctor on this one, but he's on a prison ship. How would he have done that?
I don't know. How did he get any of these other guys?
They were on the ship.
Oh, they were like the guards on the ship.
These are the guards.
I see.
Yeah.
They could have. He could have sent Nardole earlier.
I think he probably could have. He got 10 guards. He probably could have spent 3 months getting 5 guards.
And then,
but Nardole, he mentions that Nardole helped come up with this idea, and Bill tries to punch him again. So that's good. But then the doctor says, "Okay, now that we've got the team back together, we're gonna go on the offensive. We need to reach out to the only person that I know who is almost as smart as me." And Nardole is like, "Oh my god!"
It was at this point that I realized that I'm the biggest idiot in the world for not realizing who was in that vault. I'm so dumb. I should have done it.
I didn't realize it. Oh, also, people on the Discord have been yelling at me or maybe you said this on the podcast last week. The captions were probably wrong.
It was,
he didn't say I got a... He said like something about a vault to God.
He said it was Vaultagar. No, he said I got a vault to guard.
I don't know why the captions got that wrong.
It said something about I've got a Vaultagar. So the
got
Doctor reenacts the end of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty when he just rams a boat into
they're like, how should we get back to land? And the Doctor's like, what do you mean? And we cut to him like cackling with joy as he crashes this huge ship into the harbor, and there's like dock workers like running to safety.
Wasn't there a history monk on the ship?
I think it like flew in on a helicopter and presumably flew away.
Oh, I would love to see one of these dudes wearing one of those helicopter headsets.
I think we heard a helicopter landing before the monk showed up. But anyway, yeah, so the Doctor is just like killing people with a boat.
They're sneaking around. They go back to the university that the Doctor teaches agricultural science at. And
St. Luke's University, we got a name.
They're sneaking around, and then they go to the vault, and he's like, okay, this is what we gotta do. And he opens the vault, and it's a woman in there playing piano.
Yeah, I got jump scared. The funniest thing that could possibly be in the vault is someone playing the famous theme song from Ambition.
It's a real song, Sam.
I know it's a real song, but I can't hear it without remembering Ambition.
Fair
I'm gonna blow us all to hell. The only person almost as smart as me, Ted Hartrip.
Have we seen this woman before? Did we
yes,
see
we
her?
Have seen her, I think, like, twice.
In one of those, like, next time ons?
No, we have seen her in 2 episodes, but they were very short, like mysterious appearances of her. So the first time I think that we saw her,
she was wearing an eye patch.
Was in The Caretaker. No, I think The Caretaker was the second time we saw her, but she was in quote unquote heaven.
That's what I was going to ask, if this was the lady from heaven.
The other time that we saw her was at the very end of In the Forest of the Night, rather. She was like sitting and watching on a monitor as they like got the trees to save Earth. And she was like, "Humph."
So the rundown of what's in the vault, and I'm glad we have an answer, and it's not as funny as the Shadow the Hedgehog, unfortunately, is that the Master, who's now regenerating to the Mistress, or Missy for short.
They call her Missy.
Get it?
We've seen the Master a couple of times. For anyone who's not familiar with the character of the Master,
we've only seen the Master in classic Who episodes, and the Master is a Time Lord. He's the other remaining Time Lord.
He's the Doctor's arch nemesis.
And both times we've seen him in classic Doctor Who episodes, he has entered the scene by taking off a mask, Scooby-Doo style, and revealing, like, he wears other people's...
Did he have a...
Yes.
Oh, that's right. He was disguised as like a slimy corpse in Time Flight.
Yeah, and then he takes off his Scooby-Doo mask and he goes, it is me, Doctor, the Master!
The best one was in the third Doctor serial, The Mind of Evil, where he's wearing like a full prosthetic face as like a mechanic in a jumpsuit, and he just takes it off and he's wearing a suit underneath.
My other favorite thing about the Master that we've seen from classic Doctor Who, and I don't know if this is carried on through other episodes or anything, but it's that his TARDIS is a pillar, and you enter it by walking behind the pillar.
Yes, we saw it in one episode where his TARDIS was like a Roman pillar.
The Master, this is Moffat era. Yeah. The Master is like fucking Moriarty from Sherlock, where the Master is like, oh, I killed a city, I blew up a whole city to see what the clouds looked like. Ha ha, hee hee, I'm crazy.
Yeah, Bill is like, this is what's in the vault? This is just a woman. I thought it was a monster. And the Doctor says, she is.
I guess the Master is in rehabilitation to become a good guy.
He explains that because she's not just in the vault, she is playing piano in a like laser cell in the center of the vault, which the vault itself is just like a big room with some chairs and stuff. But she's in this cell playing piano, and he says that he's keeping her in here so that she can go cold turkey from evil, basically, is the idea.
Being evil is a hell of a drug.
And we it seems, as we see more of her in this episode, it seems like she's on board with that plan.
It seems like maybe even she asked for this, or wants it herself.
Unclear if she asked for it, or if he, like, captured her, but...
Or... it's part of her master plan. And she's faking it this whole time.
Her master plan.
Her Missy plan.
Yeah. Okay, so I wanted to say, because, you know, we've encountered the Master a couple of times, and he's always doing something nefarious. In Time Flight, he was like trying to take control of an ancient alien race that was like super powerful and had a lot of like knowledge in their brains.
I can't believe you're
in The Mind of Evil, he's trying to take control of a machine that can kill people. Like, okay, sure. The stuff that we hear that the Master has allegedly done in this, he's like the most violent murderer in the galaxy.
This is I know Stephen Moffat didn't write this episode, but he did run the show, so I'm sure that he had a hand in like what the Master is like, where he uses his favorite word, his favorite thing that he loves so much is when people are psychopaths, and he loves that word so very much, and he loves to call people psychopaths. So I bet that when they were like, what should the Master be like? He pokes his head around the corner.
I like the idea that he poked his head around the corner. Not that this is a larger storyline of a season that he was like, in charge of.
Yeah, and he's just like, what if the Master was a psychopath?
Yeah, and I mean, you know, the Master is evil. I'm sure that we'll see more of the Master being evil in the future.
But there's other ways that characters could be evil besides, like, I killed your grandma because she coughed too loudly. God, that's so sick. That's so.
Is that from Sherlock?
He did blow up an old woman one time because she said that he had a nice sounding voice.
Who did? Moriarty?
Moriarty did.
Okay, I wasn't. Sorry. It sounded specific enough that I assumed that it was true.
No, Stephen Moffat did it.
Anyway, so Missy says that yes, I have encountered the monks before. I did think it was kind of funny when she's like, yeah, I've had a lot of adventures that don't involve you, I'll have you know.
I've had my own evil, twisted companions. We go around and we do little misdeeds and crimes.
That's fun. I would love it if the Master had some evil companions.
Oh, that'd be really great.
It's like when when Zatch Bell meets his evil version of himself.
Ah, yes, Zatch Bell.
Yeah.
Yes.
When there's an evil Zatch and an evil Kyo.
Sure. I'm just thinking about all of our listeners who are nodding along with the yes. I remember Zatch Bell. I remember this.
Yeah. If you remember Zatch Bell, write into our email address that we don't have.
You can send us an ask on Tumblr about our favorite Mamoto?
That's right.
Miyamoto?
Nope.
Okay, I was right the first time.
Anyway, so she says, before I tell you how I defeated the monks, I have some requests. New books, a particle accelerator, a 3D printer, and a pony.
Pretty good.
She says another annoying thing here because the doctor's like, you're not cooperating, Missy. And she's like, please. The fact that I'm here at all shows that I'm cooperating. If I wanted to break out, I'd already be out. I once built a gun out of leaves.
I think that like Steven, speaking of him poking his head around the corner, I do think that he wrote this dialogue. This doesn't feel like the classic writing of Timmy Whithouse or whatever his name was.
This sounds like this. I mean, I don't know.
This is annoying era dialogue for sure. Which I was kind of under the impression that Series 10 was no longer part of the annoying era and it was its own thing. But
this is the thing is like something that bothered me about this episode is that it was annoying and the writing was like funny random, but it wasn't like enough. Like it wasn't like, ooh, spicy, that sucks. It was just like, oh, shut up.
Yeah, I know. It's like, it just felt tired. It just felt like, you need to stop this. This isn't fun. It's not even particularly, like, aggravating. It's just like, oh, I built a gun out of leaves. Hey, ha ha.
Give me a pony. Shut up. You're just being an asshole. Just shut up.
The doctor's like, hey, Bill, this is Missy. She's a Time Lord. She has a big pillar somewhere. I remember.
Oh, we're skipping back to the beginning of
this
scene.
I fell back in my notes.
No, you fell back in my notes. How dare you?
Listen, I can't even take notes because I watch these at work. Also, I didn't tell you another fun thing. I have to watch these episodes.
I work from home. I do everything at work.
I have to watch these episodes on my phone now.
Oh no.
So that's the only way I can watch Doctor Who anymore. Timing wise, I have to watch it on my phone. I love my phone. So I think you should leave reference.
I think you should leave reference for the day.
Okay, so what we find out is that in order for the history monks to take over, they have to get a foothold on the planet. They have to find a person who needs their help them, and then they establish a permanent psychic link with the person who they helped. And then that link...
Yeah, that person is referred to as the linchpin.
That link propagates through their, like, bloodline.
Yes, which, the linchpinism is genetic.
Which, now I'm thinking about the ultimate way to foil the history monks is if the person who wants them to show up is like, oh, why can't I get a girlfriend?
But that's not the request that they have. Because I don't know if you said this. The request has to have... There can be no ulterior motive. It has to be like an ask for help for somebody else's sake.
Innocent child, or Bill.
Yeah, and the Doctor also realizes that the statues that the monks have been putting everywhere are actually signal boosters.
Oh, hey, this is funny.
That, translate the brain waves of the linchpin, which I guess contain like gratitude for the monks, and it outputs that gratitude to the whole planet.
We're making this conversation a lot less annoying than it was in the show, because in the show, what's happening is the Doctor is
Missy is lounging on a piano, going cold,
icy,
hotter, caliente. That means hot in Spanish.
God, fucking that one. Ooh, that one stung. Ooh. You're literally on fire. You're exploding right now. Oh,
yeah, you're glowing gold and releasing. There is somewhere in the middle of this. There is a part that I did like where, Missy gets kind of angry and is like, "You left me alone down here for 6 months," and Bill is like, "You left her alone for 6 months?" And he's like, "I was in prison."
Yeah, that's no excuse. I don't know what to tell you.
So Bill says, how did you defeat the monks when you encountered them? And she says, well, there was only one living descendant of the linchpin, a little girl, so I pushed her into a volcano.
Oh my god, that's so twisted. Wow. And then they're like, wait, but that would mean Bill, I asked him to come here and fix your eyeball.
They reveal, if it wasn't obvious, I mean, as ever, it's not even a twist, like a normal viewer would already know this, but they confirm for us,
in case you're watching, they're like, in case anyone's watching this in random order for some reason.
Please don't. That's a disclaimer. We never talk about it. There's a disclaimer on every episode. Don't watch this
in random order. Just watch this in order.
So, yeah, Bill is like, it's me. I'm the linchpin. Do I have to die? And Missy says, well, if you die, you'll just leave like a big memory hole in everyone's brains. So ideally, your brain will be killed, but your body will still be alive.
We'll put you in every mirror. How does that sound?
We'll put you into the event horizon of a black hole.
We'll put you in the Satan pit.
We'll make you a scarecrow.
Forgot about that one.
And the doctor is like, Missy, how could you even suggest something so horrible? Clearly you haven't changed at all. And Missy's like, hey, I want to change. That's why I just saved the world by telling you this. And if she says, like, your understanding of good is vain and sentimental, and if you want me to start seeing things that way, I'll be down here for a long, long time.
I mean, I can't...
So they go back to the secret hideout, which is on an old train that has not appeared in the episode so far.
It's a train covered in question marks. It's a blue train covered in question marks. It's the Who train.
I would love that. I mean, that's the hideout in Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Why can't the Doctor have a train?
I was just thinking about Assassin's Creed Syndicate, and like it just circles around London in his big funny blue train that has a little flat car.
A big blue train that is going around London in the shape of a question mark.
The TARDIS is built into the caboose, and it can detach whenever he needs to go on an adventure.
Well, the caboose is always detached. That's how they do the question mark.
It's like trailing well behind the train. God.
It's got a little booster on the back so it can keep up with the rest
Please get
of the
the Doctor a train. He'd love that.
Well, he has one now. I don't know why this felt weird. Like, I don't know if this was like a movie, I would be like, oh, there's got to be a deleted scene where we come to this train. Because it's just this one scene. They have a hideout on an old train, and it's never really addressed why they are here. But they just go to this old train, and the Doctor's like, well, that was a waste of time.
Bill's like, oh, bullshit. You wanted to find me because you knew I was the person who had to die to, like, get rid of the monks. And he's like, no.
The Doctor argues, no, I wanted you to be by my side because it's the safest place to be. And... Bill is like, well, that's exactly what the monks would like.
I have about 100
for me to be kept
I have about
safe.
150 something episodes of evidence against the point that being next to the Doctor is a safe place. I think maybe the most dangerous place in the entire universe is directly next to wherever the Doctor currently is.
Yeah, it's the safest place in the universe, the vacuum of space.
Just ask Donna's bones in the TARDIS drawer how that worked out for her.
Can you imagine Nardal's like going through the drawer and he finds an old skeleton and he's like, ugh, and he like throws it in the garbage. The Doctor comes back and he's like,
Donna?
What did you do?
Where's Donna?
What did you do? So yeah, Bill says like, the monks would love it if you kept me safe. That's like the best thing that could possibly happen besides me getting pregnant a bunch of times and having a bunch of kids. She doesn't say that, but it's true.
Doctor, if I ever have kids, I need you to hunt down and kill all my children. Push them into a volcano, hee hee.
So the Doctor just changes the subject. He looks at a map of London and says, I have an idea. Let's break into the cathedral that the monks are using as a headquarters. He calls it a cathedral. It is a pyramid.
I thought it was going to be like built into like St. Paul's or something. But I guess they couldn't have...
Well, I have a little trivia note here about the precedent for a big pyramid in London.
Yeah, the Bass Pro Shop they tried to build there, yeah?
In the 1800s, there was a shortage of burial grounds in London available, and an architect named Thomas Wilson proposed a 90-story pyramid called the Metropolitan Sepulchre, which would have room for 5 million corpses.
I love big, stupid architecture projects so much. It's my, like, bad, big... Like, imagine if you lived in London and the biggest building that you could see was a big pyramid that had 5 million dead bodies in it, and that was like...
He was so psyched about it. There was a quote from him where he was like, it'll only be a matter of centuries before people will be clamoring to build another.
You need to read...
Some people.
Yeah.
They didn't do it. I don't know why.
I don't know if people like this one, but it's actually one of my favorites. Pyramids by Terry Pratchett in the Discworld series is just about, like, an ancient Egyptian society type deal where the people are basically just addicted to building pyramids. They cannot stop themselves from building pyramids. They build...
Is that in a particular
No, it's its own book. I really like it. It's pretty funny.
I'm reading Guards now.
Oh, Guards is so good. Anyway, so they built what was that guy's name? Thomas something?
Wilson.
Thomas Wilson is clapping and laughing in heaven right now as he cheers on the history. Maybe they gave him the idea because they've always been here throughout history.
He was the original linchpin.
Though I will say this pyramid.
I just wish there was some way that we could build this pyramid. It's not for me. It's for the dead people of London.
We can help. It's us, the monks. This is what we sound like.
We never do hear them talk, but I imagine that is how
the doctor says, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to just use my very cool brain to fix the signal and tell people that the monks aren't real. And then he says, and also while I'm there, I'll get rid of the 2 biggest problems with society. Number 1, racism. Number 2, people who talk in movie theaters. Hee.
Yeah. Number 3 is like sexism, but he's like, well, you know. If I got time for 2.
I only got time for 2.
Anyway, I started making that joke, but then I was like, I don't know if I necessarily like the idea, even as a joke of, like, ranking the bigotries. So let's move on from that.
So they go to the big pyramid with their cool army soldiers, and this is one of those things that I'm always like, you know, is the Dr. Batman, does he have a no-kill rule? Because he never,
on this one, he
never seems to have any problems with making other people do killing. And also,
that's very true.
I was thinking about...
Except Jodie. Jodie didn't want anyone to kill anyone. No killing.
Only locking people in eternal hell prisons forever. But I was thinking, because, you know, some of these people, unfortunately, will perish at the hands of the cool guys, the cool monks.
Oh, well.
And I love when he's like, no, Bill, we can't let you die. No, one human shall die in the process of,
He never says that.
He just says, I care about this one.
No, not Bill.
I care about this one enough that I don't want her to die.
I will say that is in character for especially this doctor who literally says, I don't really like humans, but some of them are cool like Bill.
That's like the end. That's like the beautiful sentiment at the end of this episode is like humans, 7 billion people. I hate 6,999,000,000 of them.
Yeah, well, I like this moment here where Nardole is like peeking out of this window at the pyramid, and he's like, "All right, Doctor, there's about 12 monks guarding the place."
Wait, there's only 12 monks in there?
And the doctor says, "Count again," and he looks again, and there's actually none.
There's no monks in there.
Yeah, we learned that the closer you get to this facility, the stronger the brain machine gets. This was the thing that I didn't like about this episode, is that we're in the middle of this tension of like, what are they going to do about Bill? Like, is this going to be the episode where Bill has to sacrifice herself?
Yeah, I thought Bill was going to die.
And he just changes the subject, and he's like, I'm pretty sure there's a machine in that pyramid. And then we just cut to the pyramid, and he's like, I was right about the machine in the pyramid. And it's like, oh, great,
master says
thanks.
The only way to stop it is to kill the linchpin, but apparently you could also break their machine. Oh, I don't know why I didn't think about that.
I don't know if we actually said that his specific plan is to plug himself into the machine to transmit.
He's got a really big, cool brain.
Yeah, he makes a joke about how like he's gonna break the machine with how big and smart his big brain is.
There's all of the cool troops that we salute are wearing headsets with tape
like with cassettes.
Yes, okay, this is so stupid because they have like noise canceling headphones plugged into cassette players.
Of Bill.
And the doctor's like, this is where you come in, Bill. But it's not, because they're just listening to pre-recorded looping cassettes of Bill saying,
I'm gonna
like,
be honest,
the monks are bad.
I don't even know why Bill came here with them.
Why did he bring her? Well, I guess because it's the safest place in the world, standing right next to him when the monks are shooting force lightning at you.
It's so safe to be anywhere in the same zip code as the doctor. So it's just like Bill on a cassette. I don't know why it was a cassette, but whatever. Like
he likes some analog.
Yeah, that's true. Cassettes are famously very hard to destroy with force lightning. Bill being like, monks are only here 6 months.
Yes, the recording is, Bill just repeating, like, the monks have only been here for 6 months. They have manipulated our history and our memories. Do not forget, there will be a brain thing that will try to trick you into thinking that they are your friends, but we are here to stop them. The doctor is your friend. Do what the doctor says, etc. And they get inside, and the monks are there, and a few guys get killed with force lightning. Oh no, how sad. One of the guys leaps out of the way of the force lightning, and a stray bullet hits his cassette player. There is kind of a funny shot where it's like a war movie where he's like looking down at his stomach, and he's like, no, like trying to push the cassette tape back into the cassette.
It's like a Simpsons style joke or something like, oh my god, I'm so sad my cassette player got
very out of place, shot. I'll say.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
It's conceptually funny, but really weird that it happened in the middle of all of this.
So they go,
but yeah, they're like, it's even more war movie though, because they're like, because they've got the noise canceling headphones, it's like the sound is all washed out, and he's like, I'm hit, and they like can't hear him. But anyway, they get to the room with the machine because the doctor was right about the thing.
There's a machine.
Just kind of spitballing about.
There's one dude in there who's like hooked up to it, and he looks even more nasty than the rest of the monks. He's like the head nasty monk.
Yeah.
And then the
guy whose cassette broke pulls his gun on the doctor and says, "You tricked us. You said that the monks aren't bad, but they're good.
We like the monks. I'm going to kill you, doctor." And then before he can, Nardole, he falls over, and Nardole goes, Tarovian neck pinch. Haha.
Anyway, let's trek on,
Fuck
shall
you! We? God damn it. Also, did John Pertwee Doctor study Tarovian martial arts? I know he studied some kind of martial arts.
Yeah, I think he did do something with like a neck pinch.
He always did like neck pinch, but I don't remember if it was Tarovian martial arts or if it was some other kind of.
It might be. Should I look it up right now?
If you really want to.
I'll look it up right now. No, actually, no. This is first mentioned in The Lie of the Land, and second and final mentioned in Prose Plague City.
Well, we'll have to wait till we do that Prose podcast to learn more about Tarovian martial arts. Yeah. So we go in the room. Somebody mentioned, who was it in
our Discord? It was Ironicus.
Ironicus mentioned that they ADR'd this line in because it happened in was it like 2017 or something?
Yeah, so it was 2017, and so as they walk into the brainwashing chamber,
you hear Peter Capaldi, definitely not in the actual episode audio.
Again, on speakerphone while driving.
He says, "Here we are, fake news central."
We're going to learn today about a powerful lesson about resisting.
Hamilton. I don't remember what Peter Capaldi. He's Scottish. I can't do a Scottish accent. They're all from Liverpool.
I feel like in my life outside of the podcast, I feel like I've done a pretty good Peter Capaldi voice, but then I always think about it and realize that it's actually a Christopher Lloyd voice.
Marty! Bill!
So anyway, Bill, they walk into the room, and the first thing that Bill does is remove her headphones. She does it like slowly and cautiously, but
why'd you do that?
Why would you do that?
But then it turns out that there's an Eye of the Storm effect in this room.
Oh, that's lucky, because it would have been really bad if Bill had taken off her noise-canceling headphones and it wasn't the Eye of the Storm.
Very cool. So, the doctor,
the doctor is like, okay, here we go. And then
the monk is wearing like a shiny metal headband thing.
He touches it and he says Gagoo.
The monk seems to be like unconscious when it's
and there's
this.
TVs of all of the like historical photographs that they reverse Trotsky'd themselves into. And when the doctor touches him head, he goes, and then all the history monks disappear, but then they come back even more. There's even more of them.
Would you and did you say that he says Gagoo?
Oh, of course he said Gagoo, and I did already say that. And once again, I think you just don't listen to me when we record this.
No, I do listen, Jordan.
I have a theory that you just, whenever I talk, you turn off.
Look, first of all, I do listen to you when we talk. Second of all, I listen to you twice because I also edit.
Yeah,
I actually listen to you more than you listen to me, so fuck you.
You get to hear all the times where I say a thing and then you just ignore it.
Yeah, but then I hear myself not notice it in the edit when I'm editing, and I feel bad about it. So there you go.
Also, the doctor fucking blasts backwards at the end, which was really funny.
Yeah, he goes flying. The monks all reappear on the brainwash screens, and he passes out. And when he wakes up, Bill has tied him up.
That was pretty good.
She says, "Sorry, doctor. I probably should have already killed myself, but I wanted to have a chance to say goodbye." And the doctor's like begging, like, no, please give me another chance. I can overpower the brain, or we could like talk to Missy and come up with another plan. And she says, "Doctor, I don't want our last conversation to be this." And he says, "Well, I don't want this to be our last conversation.
I was gonna give you a way cooler death than this one."
I like that line though.
Yeah, I do too.
I don't want this to be our last conversation. Doctor... I like the idea that the doctor. I don't know. There's something about, despite how much he puts her into peril, even more so than some other companions, I feel like there's a real connection between the two of them.
Yeah.
Where is it just because it's not romantic?
Yeah, I know. That's genuinely what I was going to say.
It's
just
company.
Because I think it's just better because he isn't like incredibly horny for her at all times, like Matt Smith was with Clara. That was so weird.
It also feels like, because we know that the doctor just loves to show people how smart he is, and he also loves to try to get people to be smarter. Maybe the fact that Bill is his student and has like a very inquisitive mind just makes them like really vibe and makes him. I think they do really vibe. Her.
And then that's why it makes me so mad that the doctor is constantly doing horrible things to her. Anyway, she goes to the monk.
I also liked that she says, "Thanks for everything, doctor. It was all worth it."
Yeah, it was nice. She touches the monk's head, and then it's like, oh god, they're taking her memories. She's gonna die.
You're skipping over what I guess was supposed to be like a cool final quip.
Uh-huh.
"I don't usually let someone erase my brain on the first date, but seeing as it's you..."
Very.
I feel like that must be like a callback to their first adventure together or something, because that's a really weird line.
Basically what happens now is that Bill touches the monk head, and then
she starts broadcasting a montage of her childhood.
Yeah, she starts, and then the monks come back, and then the monks are her mom, and the doctor goes, "Oh no," and then she like thinks back to talking with her mom earlier, and then all of the monks disappear, and now it's her mom on the moon with Neil Armstrong, and her mom at the White House, and then now there will
the doctor basically realizes what she's doing. He calls her a clever, brilliant girl.
Oh yeah,
ding.
Clever count
and
one.
He says like her memories of her mom are so powerful and pure that there's nothing that the monks can do to inject themselves into those memories. It's a window into a world without the monks.
Bill's mum has always been here. You must obey Bill's mum.
This image of Bill's mom on the screen, like, literally grows angel wings. He says something, we'll keep an eye out for this plot point. He says something about, like, those pictures I gave you of your mom, which is very, very ominous sentence out of context.
And then
he ends it with the worst possible line.
This line sucks shit.
as we see people all over the world realizing that they've been deceived and turning on the monks.
Bill's mom, you just went viral.
Oh, boy.
Don't know about
that one.
This is the start of his arc that is going to really come into focus when he turns into Jodie Whittaker. He's desperately trying.
Even though it didn't really happen, releasing all the gold juice did sort of get a little Jodie to stir inside of him.
She's beginning to awaken. He's gonna be like, in the next episode, he's gonna be like, I made a Twitter.
Yeah, I don't think that you get to rant for a full episode about how annoying you find emojis and then make a quip about going viral.
Bill, you need to add me on Snapchat.
Anyway, they walk outside and everyone's broken free of the brainwashing, and he says the monks will do what oppressors always do when they lose their grasp on power: run away. The pyramid takes off into space. Bye.
I do love that the pyramid. The pyramid just blasts off. All the monks from around the world got in, and they hightailed it out of here, Smokey.
It's unclear how many monks there even were. I think that there was a line in the scene where Nardole was, like, hallucinating monks guarding the place, where he was like, a big part of the brainwashing is that the invading force is actually way smaller than anyone thinks.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a race of like 15 guys who go around like mind controlling planets, and then anytime the planet manages to break free of their mind control, they're just like, whoop, gotta go, and they just leave and go do it somewhere else.
And that's it. So all the dead people, all the jumpsuits, and all of the like signs that say like obey the cool monks, they all just kind of get forgotten about.
Yep. Bill and the doctor go back to the university, and she's like, I feel like this is very similar to his conversation with Clara at the end of In the Forest of the Night.
Uh-huh.
She's like, so is this like a turning point for humanity when they realize how powerful resistance is? Hashtag. And he says, nope, humanity, something.
And one thing we know about
something.
Annoying Era is that Stephen Moffat like hates for people to remember when crazy things happened on Earth.
Which is so funny because in the Rusty Era, Doomsday happened, and characters will like about reference back to it later.
They're like, when the Daleks and Cybermen invaded, it fucking rules too. I love it because it's like.
But then Moffat showed up, and he was like, no, actually, humans
are so dumb. They just forget when the whole planet got taken over. They look at their closets and they say, why do we all have these gray jumpsuits?
That is explained here, where the doctor like calls out to a passing student, and he's like, this is like extremely first episode of The Newsroom, where he's like, hey, dumb girl, can you tell me a fact? And she's like, I don't know
any facts.
Yeah, he's like, what is this wrecked statue that we're sitting on here? And she says, I think they were like filming something, but I don't know what, and I don't really care because I don't have an inquisitive mind. And the doctor says, that's what I'm saying, tell me Bill. Humanity never learns from its mistakes.
Before you go, idiot girl, what comes after 0? And then she says, number 1.
Great.
I had to. Sorry. But yeah, I guess that one woman just like woke up in a labor camp somewhere, and they just like let her out and then got her a ticket back to go.
Sorry, I literally don't know why we did that to you. And she's like, oh god, yeah, that is so...
Why are we all in this labor camp?
This is the thing, it's sort of gesturing at the Hitchhiker's Guide concept of the somebody else's problem field, where it's like, if you can't be bothered to try to understand this confusing thing, you'll just ignore it. But Doctor Who does not really feel like that fits here.
No.
So the idea that there have been like dozens of catastrophes across the planet over and over and over.
The whole planet, by the way.
And everyone on Earth is just like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it was like a documentary or something. I don't think anyone asked me to like sign a release, but I was definitely standing there next to the guy in the costume. What were we talking about? I gotta get to class. I'm like, humanity needs help. Something's really wrong with everyone.
Like, this is such a consistent thing that it must be like, you know, Moffat as showrunner baked it into the fucking show Bible.
Moffat heard Christopher Eccleston call humanity apes in one episode, and he was like, yeah, everybody's really, really stupid.
Oh, because apes don't remember bad things that happen to them. That's a trait about apes.
That's right. No.
Oh, and then, oh my god, this is the best part. So he's like, oh, humanity, you never learn from your mistakes. And then Bill's like, okay, I'll turn that paper in, later. And then he goes...
He takes her coffee out of her hands.
No more coffee. Oh, she's like, yeah. And then he says, this is, he's got that regeneration sneeze he did. It's got Jodie is waking up, and she says, why do you put up with humans if you hate us so much? And then he goes, Earth. 7 billion humans.
The Big Apple.
The Big Apple. Some of them are like you. And then he turns back into Peter Capaldi and he says, most of them are assholes and I hate them. And then he goes to hang out with the only other person in the universe who hates humans as much as he does.
I like that line when it's not romantic. I like that idea that the Doctor's like, I find humanity frustrating, but I just keep meeting people who I think are really cool and fun to hang out with. So that's why I protect humanity. I don't know. I like that idea if he has to be a curmudgeonly asshole, which is something that I do like about the 12th Doctor. Some of my best
friends are human.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. This episode, I feel like if this was a better episode, I think that line could have been, like, good. But as it is, it's like, oh, that's something in the middle of an episode.
The thing about this episode is it's hard for me to pinpoint, like, what exactly. I mean, I think it's got a pretty crazy premise.
Just nothing about it really worked.
Yeah, it was just like there's just a lot of little things, I think, were the problem. Oh, and then we wrap up the episode. I actually kind of liked this part. I thought it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, this was a cool scene.
He's at the vault with Missy, and she's kind of like having this problem where she wants to be a good person and like become not evil, but also she remembers all of these horrible things she's done, and she's like,
yes,
crying
and she's like, realizing that she remembered. Like she's like, I didn't know that I knew the names of the people I've killed, and I can't drown it out with my evil anymore.
I feel like she's gonna just become evil to like get rid of that problem.
I'm really curious how this is gonna wrap up, because we have not heard any mention of her in the 13th Doctor era. Yeah. So maybe it'll just be the classic Doctor Who thing, where as soon as we're done with a character, they'll just fucking die.
To be fair, we also really haven't heard anything about the Master in any of the other episodes of of Doctor Who we've watched, besides the classic ones.
That's not true. We've literally seen her twice before.
Well, we didn't know that was her. We didn't know that was her at all. So,
but yeah, I like this scene. She's like starting to cry as she's like getting hit with all the guilt of what she's done over the years, and she gets kind of mad at the Doctor. She's like, we should also mention that she's not in her cell. They're like sitting together in the larger room. I think the Doctor's just like reading a magazine and just like hanging out with her, which is weirdly kind of nice.
I like that the Doctor has a Time Lord buddy that he goes to hang out with sometimes, and she's in prison, and literally his job is to make sure that she doesn't get out of prison. Kind of makes
it is funny though to think that all those times that I say all those times, at the end of Thin Ice when we like cut to the door and there's like a massive banging on the door, that was literally just her knocking on the door really hard.
Hey, where's that pony? Maybe he forgot to bring her food. Maybe he forgot to feed her.
He comes back and she looks like a different guy, and he's like, oh shit, sorry.
She's starved. Oh no.
She's like, you didn't tell me about this part of the process, and he's like, I'm sorry, but this is a good thing. And she just kind of cries and says like, okay.
He's like her therapist. That's it. Do you have a next time on? I forgot to watch it.
Next time on Doctor Who. Doctor, there were humans on Mars back in Victorian times?
I did watch this one.
No, Bill, there weren't. And there's Ice Warriors, and there's a guy named Friday who wants to find the Queen of the Ice Warriors, and we see her head.
And then he's like, so he loves those Ice Warriors. He's such a big fan of them. This episode is, to me, the definition of a C, maybe a C+. I think it's better than most episodes that are C's. I liked I like Bill acting. I like Bill a lot, and she was good in this one. And I actually thought that the stuff with the Master at the end was pretty interesting, though she was kind of annoying later.
I can't really necessarily justify this, but I think the things about this episode that were good, the fact that they were surrounded by things that just didn't work for me at all, actually made it more frustrating to watch. So, weirdly, even though I think that this episode is better than a lot of episodes, this doesn't make any sense, but this is how I feel.
It's your rules. You do whatever you want.
There are episodes that are worse than this, but the fact that this episode was better than them made me like it less. C-.
I go C+. And now we have to hand out some. It gets more half-assed every time. I'll probably just stop doing it.
Just like things that were like Bill. Oh. Bill was prepared to sacrifice herself and die to save everyone, and there's like great acting from Pearl Mackie, and she's like crying and like hugging Nardole as she says goodbye to them, and it just didn't land at all, and that was really frustrating. We do have to give her the Companion Initiative Award.
Oh yeah,
we do have to give her. A gold star.
We are doing award. You just like went into Companion Awards with.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was really confused by that. Okay. Gold star, like 3 to 5 gold stars for
6, 1 per month.
6, yeah, 1 star every month. Companion Initiative Award for being prepared to sacrifice your life to save the world. And I have a new thing.
Okay,
I'm doing a thing. Shut up. It's if the Doctor does something particularly egregious in an episode, he gets a disbarment.
I think disbarring is for lawyers.
Oh yeah, sorry, that's right.
He gets his license.
He gets his license. He's getting like a demerit on his license. That's right. Disbarment is lawyers. I don't know if he's fully getting his license taken away, but he's getting a warning. And also, he's no longer.
If he gets
allowed
3, we stop doing the podcast.
Oh God, he's not allowed to practice law anymore because he did get disbarred.
If he gets 3, we're only allowed to watch episodes before the one where he gets his license revoked.
That's not true, but it is a very funny joke.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. We're going to watch every episode, then read every book and listen to every audio drama.
No.
Then read every fanfic.
No.
We're also going to do a full Let's Play of the Lego Doctor Who game that doesn't exist yet.
It'll be there. It'll come out soon. Wait, imagine Lego David Tennant on the Sycorax ship and his little Lego hand pops off. Right? It's good.
And he goes,
No, didn't you know those Lego games have voice acting now? It sucks.
I fucking hate that.
It sucks shit. Okay, here's the
no Leela Cross, no Medal of Mickey, no Danny Pink Award for 6 stunts.
No. We're
Which
really
Doctor,
not
Jordan?
It's give me Jodie or give me death. I'm like fully Jodie.
That's a new segment. The segment where you might die if we don't roll the right Doctor. I'm frustrated. We've been getting episodes that like don't land, but I want an episode that sucks. I want an episode that sucks ass.
You're like Limmy, where the streamer / comedian, where he just like needs to watch James Corden videos because he's just like desperate to suffer.
I want
your brain
either
to like
a Flux
tremble.
episode or I want a really bad Matt Smith episode.
Yeah. Here
we go. It's Tennant.
Oh,
Jesus! Another Series 2 episode. We cannot get away from.
We still haven't seen Series 4 at all, right?
Whatever. We will be watching Series 2, Episode 6, The Age of Steel.
Which one is this? Sam, I'm really worried that we're just going to get all Flux.
Cybermen, perhaps?
We're going to get all Flux at the end. Oh, Cybermen. Incinerates?
It's part 2 of... okay, so this is sort
Earth.
of going into that storyline about the Cybermen in the other universe, maybe?
I see...
This is a part 2, actually, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, preceded by Rise of the Cybermen.
I remember this one, vaguely. Sam, I'm actually getting a little nervous that we're gonna watch, like, all the episodes of Doctor Who, and then the last, like, 20 episodes of our podcast are gonna be Flux. Annoying era, Flux, annoying era, Flux, annoying era.
That'll be the final season of our podcast.
We
Dr.
literally
Hug, go flux yourself.
Every time we do one of these, it always ends with us just being miserable at the end of it, like hating every second of it. And I was
It's not true.
Yeah, with Kyle XY.
Oh, every time we do one of these podcasts.
Yeah, like every time we watch a show, it ends with us hating the show.
Yes, but then I gave us some really good fanfic to read.
I don't know.
Which I'm not going to do for this podcast.
No, we're just going to read all the prose.
That's right.
We're going to finally get to find out who that singing man is and read all 16 books about him.
There was I don't know if you ever listened to it, but there was an episode of 0 to 0 that we recorded where I literally used my phone camera to live stream the feedback comic book to Val and Giga. That was weird.
Pretty funny.
We're on Patreon.
We are on
Patreon.com/pottingbros, where $1 will get you access to all of our bonus content. We need to record our episode on the third serial of all of Doctor Who with the first Doctor.
Have you seen any of it?
I wasn't able to do it yet, but
okay,
I think I could probably do it this weekend.
Can I tell you, I've learned a thing.
Okay.
I'll share this with our listeners because this is too good for it to be locked behind a paywall.
Okay.
In the TARDIS, we see, what's her name? Susan, the Doctor's granddaughter.
Okay.
Retrieve a glass of water from the TARDIS water dispenser, which has two settings. Water and milk. So I now think that the TARDIS might make its own milk. I think you can milk the TARDIS.
Oh, no.
I think this is canon, and we just have to live with that.
That's what Peter Capaldi said, that you have to negotiate with the TARDIS.
You have to grab its udders, you have to yank its teats just right, and it'll do whatever you want.
Anyway, $1 will get you access to all of our bonus content, which will include that episode when we record it.
Our classic episodes, I cannot recommend them highly enough.
It's such a wild time. It's so inconsistent.
Like with Doctor Who, yeah, like with our main episodes, it's like
it's almost like we're watching a show across multiple decades.
Yeah, it's like everything that I like about Doctor Who, the normal podcast, but like times 50. It's fucking crazy. The costuming from this show, the lampshades that the characters are wearing in the last episode we watched. Oh my god.
The Dominators.
What a
Anyway, $1 will get you a mildly special Discord role marking you as a friend of the show. It'll get you all of that bonus content, plus all of our older bonus content from other podcasts that we did before. $5 will get you a pretty special Discord role marking you as a companion of the show. You get a shout out on the podcast, and you can send us a message that we'll read in one of our funny voices, which I'm not going to tell you what they are. It's none of your business. $10 gets you all that, plus an incredibly special Discord role marking you as an honorary member, of House Me Sousa. You get all that. You can listen to the podcast live while we record it, which is currently Monday evenings. It'll keep changing forever. And we'll clap for you when we shout you out. Thank you to our $5 and $10 subscribers: Cassidy, JCH, Roy, Stephanie Bolding, Stephanie Karen, Violet Magician, and House Me Sousa, Destry Hawk, H. Cabe, and Sauceworks.
Saluting, thank you for
We have a message.
Thank you. Ooh.
It's for me. It's from H. Cabe.
Thank you, H. Cabe.
It's a Donald Duck voice request,
so
I have to hydrate.
Because ducks gotta stay wet.
I will say it in Donald Duck voice, and then I will say what it actually was, because there's no way you'll be able to tell what I'm saying here.
Wet slicks of wet spritzers.
What? Wait,
Wet Slicks Fruit Spritzers.
Have you ever...
Wet slicks of wet spritzers.
Have you ever thought about just slowing it way down, so you can really try to...
Wet slicks. Fruit spritzers.
It's getting better. It's slowly but surely it's getting better.
Well, if you want to follow that journey on Sounds About Light,
Wish Us Duck.
We have a segment called Wish Us Duck, where we try to do a Donald Duck voice every episode.
You'll get better. You'll get it one day, and then the segment will be over.
I have been getting better. I am get better.
You're improving.
I am better.
You are.
Fuck you.
I'm not. What are you? I'm telling you, you're improving. I'm telling you, you're doing a good job. Never mind. I take it back.
Drew on the podcast this week said that you're very mean to me about my Donald Duck voice.
I think your Donald Duck voice is really impressive.
And he said, I'd like to hear Jordan try to do it. And I said, I have heard Jordan do it. He's way better at it than I think he should be.
Well, you know why? It's because I watched a video on how to do it and I practiced it a whole bunch, but I'm still really bad at it.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, but I also don't practice it as much as you do.
Yeah, which makes it sadder for me. Anyway, we're on co-host at Doctor Who. I'm on co-host at Positive Stress.
Mm-hmm.
You can listen to Sounds About Life, but I already plugged that. We're going to be finishing Recoded this week.
You can follow me on Tumblr at kiwamibreakfast.tumblr.com. You can listen to Kamurocho Radio, the Yakuza podcast about Yakuza, the video game series. You can do those two things, and that's it. I thought there was more, but there isn't.
You can also send us an ask on
send
Tumblr
us an ask on
co-host.
Tumblr, and we'll read it if it's funny. Or
you
co-host.
know, Jordan.
Yeah.
Oh, Noise Space. No, we gotta shout out. I keep forgetting to shout them out. There's a new podcast on Noise Space about the TV show The Prisoner with Helga and Joe. It's called Local Service Only.
So many shows, lots of good ones. Listen. I recommend check out Pot of Greed about Yu-Gi-Oh. Check out
new Special Grade Snacks just went up today as we're recording this.
That's about Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah,
which is an anime about something.
Check that shit out. Okay, Jordan, there comes a time at the end of every episode where I have to segue you into segueing me into something.
I don't understand why you started doing this, Sam. You better include a thing about the history of monks in the prayer, because they've always been in it. Can you please say that? Can you please take us out with the doctor's prayer?
May the monks watch over you. May the monks watch over you like a river. May the monks smell sweet as a rose.
They do smell great. They don't look like they do, but they do.
May the monks be calm and still as a pond. May you be as monkey as an ace in a game of blackjack. Monkness. May Dan the nice monk smile nicely upon you. May Clara make a clever monk. And may the monk your monk. Monk.
Ah, monk.
Monked or bye.
Monk Celsior!
Great. Bye.